Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you back to my Diablo 3 playthrough with the Witch Doctor. Long time coming. And for those who have watched the videos on the channel, the other various videos not related to D3, you probably already know the story, but there's been a little bit of a hiatus, and it's mainly being due to the fact that a little over a month ago, I went out of town, got sick. For at least 3 weeks, I had a persistent cough that made it near impossible to do any kinds of recording, and you can probably tell from some of the videos I did after that time, I still had some issues with it. I still kind of do. Doctor suggests it's allergies, which I'm kind of inclined to believe, since it seems to only improve when I'm out of the house. I don't understand it. We'll figure it out eventually, I hope. But hey, I'm improving. I'm better. It's been a while. Hopefully I am getting better. So I wanted to get back to the Witch Doctor, and of course now is really fortuitous timing. I'm not going to go over all of it. I'm not really going to go over most of it, actually. But there's a new patch on the PTR. So pretty soon here in a moment we're going to see patch 2.3, which should bring a new season. I haven't looked into that. I imagine it will. But tons and tons of changes. In fact, we're even going to see the resurgence of the old cube that you all may love and enjoy. Except for it's called Kunai's Cube. Apologies, it's Kunai's Cube. So, no, it's not the fabled Roderick Cube, but it acts very similarly. Actually, it's got some really neat abilities on it. It looks like you're going to be able to take legendary affixes from items and make them part of your character. You can only have one of different slots, one armor, one weapon, one jewelry slot, but you can actually affix them to your character here at the bottom of your sheet. You have to sacrifice the legendary item to do it, but then you can start adding these permanent affixes. So things like Tasker and Theo, which are kind of hard to put on certain builds, even if you want to. Like, it depends on how many of the set items you have, whether or not you could use it. But you could possibly put that on as a permanent affix for your character, which is just really neat. There's tons of changes to skills and sets, new sets getting introduced. We as Witch Doctors are going to lose, which is it? The Wall of Zombies. We're going to lose this in a way. It's going to be turned into a Wall of Death. And it's going to have the zombies still, and there's going to be a couple different variants of it, but there's going to be what appears to be zones of elemental damage, like zones of cold, zones of poison, things like that. And one of my favorites is the fact that we're going to get an ability that was introduced in Heroes of the Storm for the Witch Doctor, which is a ring of zombies that can trap enemies inside of it and then do damage. Which also means that one of the sets for the Witch Doctor, which is currently underpowered, the Helltooth set, I actually really like this set, by the way. It gives you a shorter cooldown on the Wall of Zombies. It's got this gameplay that I kind of liked, but its damage was way too low compared to the other sets. Well, it's going to get redesigned because, of course, the skill redesign. It's not going to do the same thing, so I'm looking forward to those changes. Lots of cool stuff. The new zone's going to appear in the Ruin of Sescheron, I believe, is what they're called. So lots of new content, and I'm going to try and get on the PTR at some point and maybe go over them. I know there's a lot of content out there on there already, but I know a lot of people come here, so... And I want to do it. I just want to do it. I want to try and get back into the swing of things to see if I can't, get back on that old horse and maybe produce content again for Diablo. Alright, so we were looking for Adria. We were searching for the entrance. Ah, see, this makes more sense. Apparently I had to go take my waypoint, not the portal. Anyhow. So yeah, this new cube looks really awesome. You're going to be able to transmute different items. You're going to be able to re-roll legendary affixes. You have to be careful about that, though, because re-rolling legendaries can possibly make the legendary become... if it's an ancient legendary, it has the possibility of becoming regular legendary. But that also means if it's a regular legendary, it has a possibility of becoming ancient. So yeah, there's a way to re-roll legendaries that you don't need. Sacrificing legendaries allows you to equip some of the skills. I don't think all legendary affixes are available, but a lot of really cool ones that give you some nice power can be. I'm going to guess that most of them are going to be are going to be more basic in what they do. Basically, maybe flat damage increases and things like that.
Laura, you come with me no further. When I am done, you can join me.
You're going to kill her, aren't you?
I will do what is right.
We are all counting on you.
Killing her would be right, and you know it. Oh man, I have to admit, it looks really cool. There is so much content coming in this thing. It looks like it's an expansion pack, practically. I mean, it's only one new zone, so I mean, that's the big tell that it isn't. But lots of content, skill changes. I think even Demon Hunters are going to get a whole new passive ability. There's a lot going on, and it kind of surprised me how big this patch was. It kind of came on me out of nowhere. I haven't been paying attention really to the news because there really hadn't been anything new being announced, and then all of a sudden, hey, look, sudden patch on the PTR.
Years on, the barbarians remain unconquered, and I am a man grown old and frail. My life has seen the founding of Westmarch and the discovery of the Nephalem ruins, but still the deeper secrets elude me. I leave the task to my son, in whose blood shall carry forth the line of Nephalem kings.
So it looks like that's the last of Rakkis' journals, because that package up there did not give me a new book. So in true Horadric Cube fashion, there are hidden recipes as well. I wanted to mention this before I go into that. There are recipes, known recipes for the cube already when you get it, that you can re-roll like set items. Like, so let's say you're trying to farm for a set, and you keep finding one particular item of a set, which seems to happen to me all the time. I'll find like a whole bunch of one part of the set, but not the other pieces. You can actually re-roll those to be other parts of the set, which is really cool. But there are already secret recipes, ones that the game won't tell you about that people have found. Apparently, you can throw in a puzzle ring into this thing and get a portal to the treasure realm. And you can throw in a bovine halberd to get a portal to the not cow level. So it looks like the not cow level is going to exist permanently in the game in this new cube form, which is great. I don't think I ever... no, I don't think I did get a video on the not cow level. I got it once when it was on as a special community event. And it was really cool. It was just a neat little kind of... Oh no, I'm probably thinking of the actual cow level that exists in the Greater Rift. There is a different one, but I didn't get it. But I saw videos on it. It looked really neat. I mean, it wasn't a big event, but it was cool. I like little things like that, even if they're not huge changes in the game, but they're neat little places that change it up a bit. So that'll be there. I like it. I really do. It's looking fantastic. Oh my goodness. Our good friend Zoltan Cool will be our guide.
Need more mama. The truth burns you.
Is from what I understand. Which is great. I like to see Zoltan Cool getting more recognition in Diablo. He was the good guy that could have been. Oh man, it looks really good, and I love the amount of polish and updates that they're willing to throw at this game for free. I mean, hell, when you think about it, before Reaper of Souls, they added so many new pieces of content to the game before the actual release of the expansion, and then the expansion came, and it was just amazing how much more got released. So now we're going to see a new zone, we're going to see some new abilities, some new sets, a really cool game-changing mechanic in the form of this new cube. I've just been away from the game for so long, I'm surprised I know how to play. So, well, I've been playing Heroes of the Storm. I guess I can still do a little bit of pointing and clicking. It's okay, I suck in Heroes of the Storm just as much as I suck in Diablo, so...
Your evil undoes you.
I'm still not any good. Well, let's take a look at this legendary we got, though. Here we are, 69, found another legendary. Kind of a shame I didn't get it for 70, but that's okay. Mallo's Focus. Interesting. Enemies occasionally flee at the sight of this staff. Not bad. It is a 20% damage increase, even without the gem. If the gem weren't included, it would have been a 36. That's a good amount of damage increase. I might try it. Enemies occasionally flee at the sight of this staff. Let's give it a go.
Either I've been drinking too much, or these ruins are reacting to your presence.
This is a Nephalem city, and I am a Nephalem.
But I always thought I was a little bit Nephalem. I mean, a teeny bit?
No.
That just so matter-of-factly came out of his mouth. No. Oh, man. That's a neat-looking staff, though. Look at that. All sorts of glow. You can see every now and then the skull pops up, so that must be the fear that occurs. So let's kind of see if we can get it to proc here. Not seeing it. There it goes. Okay, so I've got a slower attack speed, but you know what? It's more damage. A good amount more damage. I don't get to spam, but it does make me more efficient because now I'm not spending my mana as much. And it's a good defensive item because it makes them run away every now and then. So one thing I didn't talk about the next patch that's going to be coming out is not only are they going to be adding all this new stuff, they're going to be adding new difficulty levels, which probably should come as no surprise, since honestly Torment 6 is once you start gearing up for high-end rifts, like levels 40 up, level 50 and all that, then like Torment 6 really isn't an issue anymore for you. And so Torment 6 is kind of like a thing you pass through just to get to the actual challenge, in order to get to the greater rifts. And so they're going to add new Torment levels. It's going to go all the way up to Torment 10 now. So we're going to get 4 more Torment levels added to the game. They're also reversing some changes they've made to crowd control effects, which I found kind of interesting. They had, a while back, changed crowd control effects so that whenever you inflicted an enemy with crowd control, the duration of the crowd control would cause a reduction in subsequent crowd control. So if you crowd control a creature for 10 seconds, he would get something like a 10% crowd control reduction for the next ability that hit him. Hit him with another 20 seconds, and then he would have a total of 30% crowd control reduction. And this capped at something like 65%. Well, now the cap is 95% again, so they won't become immune, but they will become drastically reduced to crowd control, so you'll have to keep hitting them with newer and newer forms once they've hit that cap. Here's the thing, though. Knockbacks now count towards crowd control, and will include the reduction to crowd control in future hits, and once they hit 65%, knockbacks stop affecting enemies. So that's kind of interesting, because it means knockbacks will affect more creatures now, that they've actively said that more creatures will be affected by knockbacks, but it'll do this reduction. And a lot more, so you're going to have more uses out of knockbacks and knockups, but you can't rely on them anymore if you've basically been using it to, oh hi, build around not taking damage. So again, interesting changes there. Talking a lot without moving, sorry. Well, yet another legendary item. This is kind of unique. I don't know what to make of this. Okay, so this is the Death Rebirth. Grasp of the Dead gains the effect of the Rain of Corpses rune. Oh, that's nice. It is a shame that it is such a damage reduction, though. However, I think I want to use that. If I can get a gem into that, change what we do. Let's take out like the mana reduction, or the mana regeneration, and put in a gem into that. That could be quite useful. The Rain of Corpses rune can be quite powerful. How would I do this? Maybe I get rid of Spirit Walk? That might be the way I do that. And then what we could do is we could put on our Grasp of the Dead, right? Because Spirit Walk was our kind of mechanic for survival, so we'll use Grasp of the Dead for that now. And so what a Rain Corpses is. Corpses rain from the sky. It does 420% weapon damage as physical over 8. It's very powerful because it rains corpses down outside of the ring of the actual corpse grab. It will hit almost anything on screen, usually, is what I've seen with this ability. Which I'm pretty sure I've demonstrated in the past since I've unlocked it. But the question is, which rune would I combine with it? I am building cold damage, so probably a cold base. So Grasp of the Dead, Unbreakable Grasp, increases the slow to 80. So that would increase my damage. Let's do that. I'm going to move some things around here. I think that's the best way to do it. Or maybe like so. That way Cool, there it is. And then the corpses will, see, rain from the sky. It's got a really good range. It's a lot of additional damage. So I can put it down on the monsters. I'm getting the damage from the grasp and the raining corpses.
Your evil undoes you.
There we go. So it's, yeah, a lot of incidental damage kind of adding up to a greater cohesive whole here. So cool, 2 legendaries very quickly within this run.
Strike is true.
And we're still looking for the entrance to the Great Hall, so I don't think we're too far off at this point.
Need more time.
Of course, the downside is the Rain of Corpses will target any targetable object, which means if I wanted to save one of these things for a trap right here, one of these Spirit Totems, I really can't because it'll target it instead. It targets enemies first, obviously, but if it's out by itself, it will hit whatever's available. Not bad. Kind of a nice find, actually. I mean, I haven't been using my Spirit Walk very much, so I have no qualms about switching it out. Although, just watch, I'm going to need it. Spirit Walk is especially useful for boss fights, for getting out of those big mechanics that would normally, say, one-shot you. Or do a lot of damage to you very quickly.
I need mana.
Well, it looks like we're going to get 70 before we get to Magda. I mean, we're right there. We're right on the cusp. I'm seeing the experience just very, very, very slowly kind of creep up to it. Well, maybe not very slowly, because since I'm actually seeing it, it's actually pretty quick.
Need more mana.
So I'll see about getting some footage on the PTR. I've heard the queue times are pretty high, but
I wonder what happened to all of the Nephalem who lived here.
You do see all of those bones.
Right.
Spirits grant me blessings.
once again with the whole, you know, matter of fact, yeah, you know, you see this, right? Right? You understand what that means, right? Alright, so new passive slot and no new skills, but that's okay. So now I can have 4 passives. Oh dear. I mean, I've got my cold build going. We're going for, so far we've got Psychophance. We have Midnight Feast, additional Zombie Dog. Their damage has been increased. Why don't we get a little bit, I can get a little bit of movement. Fierce Loyalty isn't bad. It gives me another dog and allows me to move very quickly. But I could also get the Handler, which increases the life of the dogs and the Gargantuans. Although I haven't really seen them dying. So maybe as a few of these would actually be very useful. Creeping Death would work because then I would just get the increased damage on piranhas all the time. I'm not 100% sure at the moment. Fortitude is nice because that decreases the damage I take as well. Let's just go with Loyalty because it's going to allow me when I'm out of combat to move pretty quickly. So I can very, very quickly traverse through this dungeon. Very nice.
My strike
Taking a
is
little bit
true.
of damage, starting to wonder if maybe I should go a little more defensive, but it's back up, so might not be a big deal. I guess we'll know more once we get to the next boss fight.
Mana.
Might give me a better indicator. And there you can see the corpses are just raining down, even though they're way over here. So I don't. The beautiful thing about that is I don't have to often reposition the Grasp of the Dead. It's just going to hit anything. I can be very loose with my targeting. Wait, there's a curved passageway this way? What's this? Oh. Hey there. Oh, okay, cool. We've seen this area in a couple of the other versions of this dungeon. This is where chests would typically spawn, but they're not here now. Alright, Great Hall, Great Hall, Great Hall. How am I doing on time? Actually doing pretty good so far. Gained a couple legendaries, gained my last level. So yeah, at this point, I'm going to just have to probably look at some builds, and we'll have to see what kind of items we get. We seem to be doing fine, though. What difficulty we were on? We're on Master. We're on Master and doing well. The difficulty won't be changing anymore now. So now that we're at 70, we know what our power level is going to be like. So that was one thing I was a little concerned about, because as you level, the monsters change to a certain degree based on your level, and of course your gear may not always keep up with the level. But now that I'm 70, I know that my level's not going to increase. I'm doing well against these monsters. It's looking like I can probably put this up a difficulty level or 2. I don't know about 2. I could try it. That would help with the item drops, and especially if I could get this up into a Torment level. I'm not quite sure if I can handle Torment yet. There should be one between this and Torment, right? If I'm remembering right. God, it's been that long that I can't remember my difficulty levels anymore. But if I can get it into Torment, regardless of which order it is, if I can get it into Ojai,
Where do these creatures even come from?
but if I can get it into Torment, that'll increase the legendary drop rates, and we should start being able to build some items. Cool, very good. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident here. My inventory is starting to fill up, though. Righto. What did I... Uh-oh. What did I activate? What did I do? Oh, they're pouring out of that. Okay.
Not ready yet. You die.
Okay. Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, I'm going to need to increase this difficulty. And we're still running into these. Okay. Whoops. Sorry about that. Wow, look at this. Nice circular zone, eh? And I'm running out of mana. So what? I could get Vision Quest to help with the mana concerns? That's a possibility. Alright, I've got one Forgotten Soul to play with, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't get one of these sockets for this item just to help out. I imagine this is going to get replaced pretty quickly because it's only 69, but I'd like to try. Hey, look at that! Pretty lucky. So, my damage goes from 131 to 149. There we go. Just a quick equipment change in the helmet. That was about it. I just finished exploring, and I took the wrong thing. Okay, as I said, I had finished exploring, and so we've got the ruins of Corvus here as a waypoint. There we go. Not entirely explored for this stage, but I don't believe there's any hidden areas. So down to the Great Hall we go.
Let's see where you've been hiding, Malthael.
Adria.
The angels will never suffer us to live. They cannot accept the fact that we may choose our own path. At least demons are not so rigid in their beliefs.
Well, that was kind of disturbing, was it not?
Angels and demons are nothing to me. I will find my own path. Yours ends here.
Yes. Uh-oh, hello.
Need more mana.
Okay, get out of the circles. Let's go. I don't have the mana for it. There we go. Yeah, I am running out of mana. Maybe I should go with
Diablo sent me a vision. He had returned, and you were the one who freed him.
spoilers, Magda. Jeez.
He always finds a way. My master will return.
And yet, you will die alone.
Oh dear. So now we've got these little globules running around, and of course you run into, and then boom, they explode into nice massive amounts of damage. Pools of blood. Oh, that one I didn't even mean to run into. Oh, I popped my grasp in the wrong spot. I am actually running out of mana. I am not going to win any achievements for dodging anything in this fight, that's for sure. But this fight's going fairly well. If I do increase the difficulty, I'm thinking we'll have to be a bit more defensive, though.
I almost went to the Great Thieves Guild in the sky.
Oh, it's kind of bad, though. I kind of agree with her in a bit, though. At least in Malthael's case, he's a little rigid in that whole, yeah, you guys need to die. Although there was that voting from the Dirgest Council about, humans, so choosing their own path. This is a bad thing, right? Yeah, they have a potential for evil, so therefore, bad?
Diablo will return. I have done what I can to ensure it. He always finds a way. In your heart of hearts, you know this.
Indeed, he always comes back, and I'm sure we'll be seeing him again.
Before she died, Adria conjured an image of Pandemonium.
She was searching for Malthael, so he must be there.
Alright, so we now know where Malthael is. And there's nothing else here, so let's go back.
To go back.
Alright, we've got some conversation options back in town, it looks like, so let's go through what we've got. Let's see. Nope, nothing new for the scoundrel.
Alright, it's him or us. Are you ready?
I don't know. That glowing sword looks sharp.
Are they still planning to attack Tyrael? Man. Oh, hey, yeah, what's going on with this?
I don't think he will live much longer. Whatever secret he learned will surely be lost with him.
He saw Adria, but now she is dead.
No.
But why? Why would someone do this?
To keep her master's secrets.
Interesting.
Our shop will be looted.
Oh, don't worry, dear. I'm sure all the looters have been torn apart by now.
Hey, see? Always look on the bright side of life.
No one sees them. Only me. The eyes watching, mocking, judging, calling.
Oh, I was kind of hoping there'd be more from those two. Those two are some of my favorite NPCs so far.
See? Aren't you happy I didn't tell you beforehand that Adria would turn into a hideous monster?
Why would that bring me happiness?
You're so much more effective when you're stewing in blind rage, thirsting for revenge. We wouldn't want you to peak too early. Petty details would have just served to distract you.
Sure. We're just gonna go with that. No, nothing more from Zai. I mean Shin. Shinzai. And I think... No, we've got something from Tyrael, it looks like. As well as over here.
This disaster will make for great reading someday, provided that anyone survives to chronicle it.
Yeah, well, you don't have anything else there.
Malthael is in Pandemonium.
No doubt he has gone to the fortress. Malthael can hold out there until the end of time. He is forcing us to come to him.
He thinks to grow more powerful than me, while skulking in the shadows like a rat.
The only way to Pandemonium is through the high heavens. Let us leave at once.
Indeed. Off to the heavens, eh? Oh, well, that just opened up a whole bunch of conversations. Holy macrame.
So, now it's on to Pandemonium? You'll see a world only a few humans have laid eyes on before.
I have glimpsed the unformed land. There is nothing greater.
Ah, the beauty of life is lost on you, isn't it?
Yes. Yes, it is. Anything from you? Nope, he's not talking to me. Oh, there it is.
In the end, Zai trapped Dirgest in the ruby Lyria had worn. Zai kept the stone around his neck as a reminder. In time, though, the burden grew too great to bear, and he cast off the stone. His divinity? Everything. Where there once stood a young god, there was now just an old man.
An old man?
So the story says.
Yes, of course, that silly story. I mean, who would believe such a thing?
We can't start to rebuild until we know that the one who caused this devastation is dead.
I am still searching for him. I swear to you, he will pay.
I hope so.
We'll never see our friends again.
True, but we won't see that cobbler down the street again either.
Why, you're right. In fact, we're the only cobblers still alive. We'll be rich.
Wow, seriously.
The eyes. Let me see what you see. Show me, please. Show me.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. Oh, hey, those two are gone. The husband and wife combo.
Lara! Peter!
For whom do you search?
Oh, it's my children. They're out playing a game, but I'll find them soon enough.
Really?
Lara! Peter!
For whom do you search?
Oh, it's my children.
Do I? Interesting. I just feel like there's something up with that.
I now know death better than I know the shape of my hand or my own sword. Hendel charged into battle at my side. I'd known him since I enlisted, but when I looked at him that night, I had a vision. I saw the faces of the men he had killed, and I saw that he would not live to see the morning.
A
According to the records, King Rakkis had a strong jaw, hair as black as night, and wore gleaming armor over his muscular... Sorry, what was I talking about?
Alright, so you're gonna write 50 Shades of Rakkis? I just see that.
Every time Westmarch is invaded, a hero appears to save it. History is much easier to write with a strong protagonist. Rakkis and his sons built much of Westmarch during their time. The ruins and the marshes outside the city may be their work too. Of course, whenever I ask the Crown for gold to further my excavations, there's always a more pressing matter at hand.
Indeed. Well, speaking of pressing matters, it looks like we're off to the Pandemonium Gate.
What is this?
Destroy the gate! The Nephalem is here!
Oh dear.
Not ready yet.
I had forgotten about this little tidbit. You don't ever come here except for story reasons.
I do not have enough mana.
Okay, yeah, a little bit of healing might be good. There we go. Jailer. Storm.
I swear I'll never... Oh, I'm alive?
His reactions always amuse me. Alright, cool.
He dares to attack us.
Yes. Yes, he dare. Yes, he do. What you gonna do about it, Imperius? He's gonna sit there and sulk over the fact that we're still better than you? Sorry, I'm a little bitter about this guy.
Malthael is my brother. I fought 1,000 battles by his side, and I care not that he seeks to destroy you and your kind. But my brother has grown sick, and he must be put down for his own sake. Yet I have not the heart to do this. And so it falls to you. Come, Nephalem, to Pandemonium.
You had no problem practically putting down Tyrael, so why is Malthael all of a sudden special, buddy? Yeah, well, I guess you never liked Tyrael. Favoritism in the high heavens.
Malthael tried to destroy the way to Pandemonium. He knows that I am coming for him. I will cross the broken land over which angel and demon have fought wars beyond counting. To the Pandemonium fortress, where the angel of death waits, hiding behind its walls.
Yes.
This place is even stranger than I expected. That's unusual.
Oh, hi. Extra gear.
There is a siege camp not far from here. Meet me there, and I will show you what must be done.
Well, at least he's not talking down to us so much anymore, I guess.
Needs more time.
Whoa, right. Forgot about that.
Demons, the remnants of a long-forgotten battle. The Ravagers were among the most fearsome soldiers of hell. Having grown accustomed to the taste of war, They remained in Pandemonium long after the last siege of the fortress ended. Now, they regard the realm as their own and terrorize any angels who venture onto the battlefields.
Need more mana.
Pandemonium is a vast, chaotic realm, and many demons remain scattered throughout it. In particular, the war-scarred marauders were unwilling to return to the Hells, and they have taken to pillaging the remaining angelic outposts in the battlefields. They may not be the most powerful of their kind, but they are clever and insidious, and no strangers to war.
Alright, so I'm going to change things up a bit. I'm going to lose one dog, certainly, but I would rather have some more mana. So, let's see. Not using any of those. Which is a shame, because Pierce the Veil would actually be kind of nice, too, to increase my damage. I don't think I want to get rid of Spirit Vessel yet, just because it does have that cheat death mechanic. I could go more offensive by getting Vision Quest, and instead of Spirit Vessel, maybe get something like Pierce the Veil, get the damage increases in there. But I think for now, let's go with Vision Quest. Keep Spirit Vessel, so that way I have more mana, since I have been running out. Pierce the Veil would be a really good combination with this, though. Oh, of course I'm not using dogs. That's why it's taking so long to kill anything. Just because the dogs increase the damage that the enemies take, and so Pierce the Veil is also a percentage increase, and you can just combine those for massive damage, as it were. Oh. Siege towers. Just take them down and destroy the enemy. And yeah, they're going to overwhelm, and there he is, destroying everything again.
Patience is not one of my virtues, Nephalem.
Yeah, well, shut up. At least he knows his own flaws, I guess? I don't know. It feels kind of odd to say about an angel.
I need mana.
Since they've in this series, they've always been unable to really tell their own flaws. Man, I think it's neat that Malthael, or not Malthael, but Imperius does kind of show up, kills everything around you. Like, here, see, look what kind of a badass I am, even though I will never ever help you again, and I still hate your guts. By the way, go and kill my brother for me, Nephalem. Belphegor, the Siege Rune Keeper. Yeah, getting a two-handed weapon. Maybe I should have kept that two-handed weapon. Damn, man. Seriously.
That is a siege rune.
He just kind of starts talking and then leaves. It's a siege rune. Bring it with you. Alright, cool. He didn't finish the sentence before he left, though.
Do you see the battering ram below? That is the only way you can breach the fortress gates. But it is useless without the siege runes that power it. You have one in your possession, but there are two more. You will find them on the battlefield below, imprisoned along with the demons that carried them. Once you have the runes, go to the ram. But know this, Nephalem. Even if you release Malthael from his madness, I will not thank you for it.
I do not need your thanks.
Of course, why would I expect anything different from a divine being in this game? Alright, cool. So we go down. Oh, cool. This is another one of those areas that changes the camera angle just a little bit when you zoom in. Alright, this one's kind of short, but I think that's going to be fine. I say kind of short, I mean it just means less than an hour. Because I'm pretty sure it hasn't been an hour since I started recording. But we hit 70, we've done pretty good, and I want to at least get this done and out to kind of show that, yes, I do intend to continue it. I said I would continue it, and I felt like I was being a liar, and I didn't like to be a nasty liar face with pants eternally on fire. So, yeah. Oh, it looks like we can extend the length just a little bit. Oh, hey, he actually does have something on here.
Zai's jewel is here, in Westmarch.
Where? We should get it at once.
Dinner first, then we can go after the jewel. Do not worry. I think it can wait for a little while.
Oh, awesome. We have the Jewel of Dirgest. We're not going to do that now. What I'll probably do is just record that as the start of the next segment. And that will be just peachy keen, because that might take just a little bit. Let's go ahead and talk to everybody else, just to see what else we have. I find it interesting that he doesn't show the thing over his head that he had something new going on there.
I thought on what you said. And you may have been right. Can't bear the thought of another friend's death.
The alternative is to spend a life alone. No easy path, Adria.
I suppose so.
Cool. Although, I have to admit, I'm a little disappointed that there's so little out of Hadrig this expansion. Like, he has a few things there, and he's got this new apprentice from Bryson, and you kind of dig a little bit into him and what makes him tick, but I feel like there could have been more there. I mean, he stayed quiet much longer. I mean, Shin had his thing, and now he's going to have a dungeon that we get to explore in order to help him find Dirgest. I was kind of hoping that maybe maybe not a quest that you had to do for him, but a bit more back and forth with him and Bryson or something. Bit more dialogue from him. You know, I kind of like Hadrig, and it's kind of a shame.
I joined a caravan of refugees heading to Bramwell, but we never made it there. Brigands slaughtered everyone. I ran into the forest and hid for days before I dared come out. How am I ever going to find my son?
Peter and Lara have been playing hide from the monster all day. Such imaginative children.
I see no children here.
I said they were hiding, didn't I?
Am I maybe supposed to think that she doesn't have children and she's just imagining things? Or, I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to think on it.
I tried to leave the city today, but the gates are all closed. The guards won't let anyone in or out.
What are you going to do?
Stay here and hide, I guess. I am a coward.
Stop that. You're a good man.
I see death everywhere. Even when amongst the living, I see the specter of endless night. But you are different. Death's shadow surrounds you. It obscures all else.
Thanks. Oh, hi.
The Zakarum Church always held an unhealthy sway in Westmarch, even after the ascension of rulers more interested in power than religion. When the true nature of the faith was finally exposed, however, it completely eroded any influence the church had over civil affairs. And rightly so, I might add.
Deckard Cain wrote much about the Pandemonium Fortress. He kept meticulous notes, drew sketches, and even made some maps. But nothing matches what is there now. The fortress has changed so much since Malthael took over.
That is because the castle, too, is a creature of chaos. Its rooms ever-changing. No, wrong game.
The people of Westmarch are starting to rebuild the city and bury their dead. Their strength is an inspiration. But there are children that witnessed their family being torn apart. Others climbed over piles of corpses to get to safety. What will they make of the world when they grow up? The city has scars that will linger for generations.
Indeed. Well then, I'm pretty sure there's nothing up here, but I'm going to end it with this. And we'll move on. We'll do Zai's thing, see how long that takes, and then move on to Pandemonium Fortress. I believe I will be increasing the difficulty for the next one as well. Everything seems to be on track for that. I'll have to take a look to make sure there's no upgrades here, of course. But I want to start getting some of the legendary items to start keeping the series interesting, because obviously at this point now, legendary items that change affixes or change how my gameplay is actually done are going to be where my progression comes from. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. Again, I know I kind of say this often because I have been on and off with this series. As much as I still do love Diablo, I've just been moving on to other things, as it were. You know, I've spent a lot of time with this game, and I kind of want to spend some time. I've been wanting to spend time on other things, but I didn't mean to spend so much time away. So I will endeavor to work on that. So thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed it, as always. Please, if you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them. And otherwise, I'll see you next time.